On to you Capricorns, you have the Two of Cups, the Three of Cups, and then you Capricorns also have the Page of Wands. So never mind if my eyes are a little bit low. That's because I've been meditating, and I get like this. I get real cool, calm, collected when I meditate. So it looks like I'm out of this world, right? This is when my Pisces ascendant kicks in. So anyway, for you Capricorns, right? There's a sense of you Capricorns feeling like you reunited with somebody. So maybe you Capricorns reunited with an ex. Maybe it could be somebody new, but you felt like you reunited with them, even though you've never met them in this life, because you feel like you've met them in a different life before. So the connection, as for right now, just feels right. It just sits right with you. And a lot of you Capricorns love that. You love the fact that that connection sits right with you. You love that. The devil, the devil and the Two of Swords, now you feel like you want to get rich together with them. You want to travel the world and get rich with them. And my suggestion to you is to get into the money first before you start traveling, because traveling obviously costs money, right? Regardless of whether you're doing it through a cruise, car, or an airplane, it's going to require money. I don't know which one costs more, a cruise or an airplane, because I've never taken a cruise. I've been on a ship before, obviously, but taking the ferry back and forth, Staten Island, stuff like this, but like not like a cruise, you know what I mean? So anyway, the point that I'm trying to make here is that this connection that you Capricorns have just feels so right. And you just can't explain it only in words. For whatever reason, you Capricorns are connected to this person. It could be a particular person, it could be a situation. You Capricorns, for some reason, just feel right. You just feel at home when you are around this person. You feel connected. And the Two of Swords represents how, this person, it's like it's almost like this person doesn't want to admit it themselves, that there's some form of a connection between the two of you. You know what I mean? They may not necessarily want to admit it themselves. They're in a situation themselves where they feel it as well, but they don't want to say to you Capricorns because they know what it means. It means that there's a chance, or a very good chance, that the two of you are a good match, or could be a very good match for one another, right? Because I've talked about this before, how anyone can match, right? Depending on what you're into. But anyone can match depending on what you're into. It's just a matter of sometimes relationships and compatibility with some people are going to be more difficult than others, And the people that you have things in common with are the easier type of people for you to have a connection with, as opposed to the people that you have to create that connection because you're putting in more of an effort. You feel what I'm saying? So in other words, if you Capricorns have something in common with person that you like, I'm not going to say the L word. I'm not going to say the L word because I know you Capricorns are a little bit touchy when it comes to the L word. I know y'all feel love, but I know that it takes you Capricorns a lot to actually say that you're in love with a person because, your opposite sign is the crabs. You just want to be able to make sure that a person ain't just going to come around you now when you actually think that you can trust them. And the next thing you know, they start approaching you with some nonsense. So there's a sense of you, Capricorns, just, showing this person like, hey, you really are down for them. But at the same time, they're projecting it onto you like, no, you're the one that feels a connection. That's in like, they're the one trying to make it seem like you Capricorns are casting spells or saying certain things or going hard to get them to fall in love with you. When meanwhile, you Capricorns may not even be doing that. So I don't know. There's a sense of you Capricorns needing, you and this person needing to be on the same page. If this person is absolutely not enthusiastic to be in a relationship with you, then they essentially need to go on about their business, because there is no point in that. There's no point in wasting you Capricorns' time trying to make it seem like they actually care about you when they're just going to make it more difficult. And the two of you could be feeling something, right? Three of Cups, Two of Cups. The two of you can be feeling something, but then at the same time, they're projecting it onto you. You Capricorns don't need them to do you any kind of favors. They just hanging out with you, doing you a favor. Nah. You Capricorns don't want, and if you do, you shouldn't want that. Because that person, my eyes are real low. I'm in a real meditative state right now. Because that person doesn't want you Capricorns to have you think that you have some power over them. So they fighting it. They fighting love. They fighting it. They fighting having to say it, right? And then the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, like I was talking about, is the kind of love, though, that they know that you're giving to them. Your connection with them is important, and they know that. They like you, right? Three of Pentacles. They know that you're going to care for them. And truth be told, they haven't felt anything like that too. But the thing is that they just trying to bottle it up. Make it seem like you're the only one that's going through it, right? When in actuality, that's not even necessarily really the case. The Four of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles represents how you Capricorns, though, a lot of you are going to slow down and see where it is, see what it is that they do. Because, again, you Capricorns don't need to do any favors. Don't need them to do you Capricorns any favors. If they are not content, if they are not joyful, not happy. Happiness is fleeting. Happiness leaves you, comes in and it goes. Happiness is very frivolous. It's very mercurial. So when I say joy, I'm talking about they actually know that you're a soulmate. And that even though the two of you may go through ups and downs, bumps and bruises, right? Of course, you're not inflicting the bumps and bruises on each other. You know what I'm trying to say? The experiences that life throws y'all are giving you the bumps and bruises. Let me go ahead and preference that, because that, there's a sense of joy within you. If a person is not joyful that they have you, let them be. Send them on their way. And the reason why is because if they're hanging around you, Capricorns, it's because they really doing you a favor. You Capricorns don't want people doing you a favor. That's a dub. Because all of that favor stuff, they're going to start to get bitter. They're going to start to get upset. Oh, they doing something. They doing you a good. They doing you a good. They doing you a good. Meanwhile, you Capricorns are out here, busting your tail, trying to do everything to bring progress to the relationship. And they just have this mentality that they doing you a favor. But they starting to get upset because now I'm tired of doing you favors. Because that's the mentality. I'll have my own life to live. So my suggestion to you Capricorns is to nip that in the bud. Find out what exactly is going on with them where, they don't necessarily want to be as involved with you. What is up with that? And the Six of Pentacles, and don't let them change the subject. Don't, if they going too hard to change the subject, just be quiet. Don't let them change the subject so easily. But if they're going hard to change the subject, let them change it. But just sit back and pay attention to how they changing the subject, says the Six of Pentacles. Because they might throw other things out there trying to get you Capricorns to be distracted with it. Because they don't want to admit they care about you and all of that. So let's clarify the Six of Pentacles. Fool, Three of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. I'm starting to get back into my old habits, meditating more, sleeping more, working out more. So blessed. And then you have the Page of Swords to clarify the Six of Pentacles, right? So again, they may have some, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm thinking too fast. The Fool, Three of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles, they may have someone else. So you Capricorns have to make sure, are they seeing anybody else? And if they're not, just give them space, give them time. If they're not seeing anybody else, the Seven of Pentacles, they're taking their sweet time trying to get to know you Capricorn. So don't take it personally. Now, after a certain amount of more time, if they don't start like actually being able to exhibit or experience how much they like you, because like you gotta understand, like buying gifts, see, this is what I'm trying to say. Buying gifts are by mistake. When you want to have someone around long term, buying gifts is a mistake. You may plan to buy somebody a gift, but the thought came spontaneously. It's not something where you already thought, oh, I'm gonna buy this person a gift, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, Buying gifts and stuff like this and kind of showing emotion and letting the person know stuff like this, that stuff comes by mistake. And what I mean when I say by mistake, I mean like you hanging out with the person, and the person, you just see the person, and the person is treating you well, but you, deeper than that, you see the person, right? They may have a halo around their head, and you just see them like, yo, I love this person right here. I like this person. Whichever one. And so it's like, then you decide, I'm gonna get this person something. I'm gonna go ahead and do what it is I do. I'm gonna get this person something. That wasn't planned. That wasn't like immediately when you first got to know them. It's like, I can't wait to buy this person gifts. That's not how it works. How it works is you get into something potentially established with them, or something with that there's milestones, right? There's progression. And then like you care about the person so much, y'all spend good quality time. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do something for this person. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. And so because that happens all the time, what I'm trying to say here is you have to take a step back, because you Capricorns may be coming on a little bit too strong. And the reality of it is, you're not coming on too strong. It's just that they are unequipped to deal with what's going on. Like it is, I said before, right? You have to, everybody, in order to get to the divine feminine, the divine masculine, regardless of whatever you into, regardless, right? You have to get over, Gebra and Chesed, okay? So Chesed is Jupiter, right? Mercy, abundance, right? But physical abundance, right? Money and stuff like this. When it comes to love, you have to go through knowledge. I'm not going to say the name. Aquarius, okay? And then you pass into Bina or Bina, right? Which is Capricorn. Why that's, and then you got to go to Chokmah and then to Kether. Why that's so important is because most people date only here, these two, and down. But these two and down, all of this is still the realm of the animal. You only get up until the point where you can actually really understand or get a glimpse, a miraculous glimpse of what love is until you pass through this successfully. I got to say successfully because not everybody gets through this successfully. But you got to get through this successfully, and you get to here and here. That's when it is that you're actually ready to date. So people will say things like you got to heal. What that healing means is get from above here and down and get to here and here. And then the crown just basically represents like a placeholder to where it is that you legitimately want to be. The crown also represents a bunch of different things, enlightenment and stuff like this. So, and then there's levels beyond Kether. There's vast amounts of levels beyond Kether. When you get to Kether, then you get to the clip-off, which is the dark side of the tree. And then that's where the dark side of the tree, the clip-off, is where this light side of the tree comes from. But the clip-off is beyond this because the clip-off is where the power is coming from that generates into this. So the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that you Capricorns, y'all have become that, where you are not dating here and below. You're one of these two now. And this is not moralistic. If you are living that alternative lifestyle, it's not moralistic. I'm talking about it in principle, right? So regardless of whatever you into, you Capricorns are not here and down anymore. You're up here. You dig what I'm saying? So this person, whom it is that you Capricorns are trying to get to know, this is why the Seven of Pentacles came up in the Wheel of Fortune and the Page of Swords. They may not actually be ready to get to up here. They may still be down here. They may still be here and down. So there's a sense of you Capricorns may end up having to separate from them because they're not on your level. The love that you're showing them is beyond money. It's beyond life insurance, money, world domination. You know what I'm saying? You have dominated the world already because you experienced this enlightenment. Because when you pass through here, this is knowledge. This is the false Sephra, which is knowledge. And then when you pass through here successfully, this is when the world opens up to you. This is when realities and the world opens up to you and you understand, you get a glimpse of the infinite, the vast infinity of love and how an interconnectedness is what I'm trying to say. So, and then that's when joy comes into play. So this person is not on your level, Capricorn. I don't see this person being on your level where they really see love and experience it and perceive it. It's more so this person is still dating on the realm of animals. So my suggestion to you is just kind of sit back for another 2 weeks. And if they don't shape up or learn, right? 2 weeks to about a month. If they don't shape up or learn, just get away from them. That's pretty much it for now. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace.